Well, I thought that Stanford really in the first half, their offense was especially on the interior was really effective. I was extremely disappointed in our defense, but I don't want to take anything away from Stanford's team. But they shot nearly 61% in the first half. We had a very poor ending to the half with some turnovers that led to some baskets at the other end, and you just can't do that versus a good team. And so we're playing uphill the entire second half. Our defense was a little better in the second half, but still nowhere near to the level it needs to be. And then you combine that on a night when just one guy is making 3-point shots, and for our team, that's not going to be a recipe for a win. So my congrats to Stanford for the win.
We'll start with a question from Steve Croner.
Mark, in your news conference yesterday, you were talking about Oscar da Silva's having a Player of the Year type season. I take it you hated to be prophetic, but you were prophetic tonight, were you not?
Let's give the kid credit. And I said this to the TV crew earlier today. I have a lot of respect for what Stanford's players and our players have had to endure because it's been months of isolation and no togetherness, and for that young man to be playing as confidently and to be leading his team as he has is impressive. And he's been the best player in the league, and tonight he was exactly that. And he really was. We had no answer for him. He's just too big, too quick, too long, and he really had a good night.
Thank you.
Question from Jim McGill.
Coach, obviously it's good to have Matt Bradley back, but with him and Andre scoring all but 16 of the points, is it kind of a double-edged sword if the guys aren't getting involved? He's not throwing up a lot of shots, only 11, I think, but is there a flow issue going on right now?
No, Matt was at 50% from the field. Andre was above that. Andre got 7 shots, and when we beat Stanford in Vegas, he got 0 because they trapped the post. I think those two kids played well offensively, but we need some other guys to finish some plays. Grant didn't play well tonight on the offensive end, and Ryan Bentley, I think he's 3 for 12. I think 1 for 6 from 3. But we have to get some more guys that can finish some plays around those two because it can't be a 2-man show. We got to get to 3 or 4 guys scoring and get some consistency. And I don't think it's a flow issue or those guys are Matt had 4 assists tonight, and I think that we just have to have some other guys finish some plays.
Question from Trillick.
Hi, Coach. You've talked about before about having to play a complete 40 minutes, not just 36 or 37 minutes, and it looked like those last 3 minutes in the first half really hurt you. What are you going to work on between now and Sunday so that you can play a complete 40 minutes against Stanford?
Well, you're right. The end of the half, end of the half really hurt us. And it's the decisions that we have to make better decisions with the ball. We have to eliminate some of these turnovers that lead to baskets at the other end. We have to accept some like last year. Even though we're better in some areas than we were a year ago, we still had a talent deficiency, and we have to accept that and play a certain way. And that's a hard pill to swallow. And last year's group was able to say, okay, we know we're going to have to play ugly to win. And this year can maybe be a little prettier, but it's still going to have to be really ugly for this group to win. And we have to take an honest look in the mirror and say, okay, these are the plays that hurt us. Some of these things are decisions that can be corrected, and we have to play more mistake-free on Sunday.
Question from Jay Curtis.
Yeah, I understand Joel had a false positive during the week. Can you tell me when that was and how that affected preparation?
Well, I don't want to take anything away from Stanford, but about 45 minutes before practice on Tuesday, he was ruled out. Andre was ruled out. And 45 minutes later, we decided to kind of figure out, all right, how we're going to play without him, because we don't know at that point. And then we got Andre back midway through practice yesterday. Joel wasn't cleared until late last night, and so he didn't practice at all. And under the circumstances, I thought Joel did okay. It's hard not to go through any of the prep and then play well.
Question from Ben Parker.
Yeah, Coach, could you talk a little bit about what you guys did well at the beginning of the second half to, get within 3 points? What allowed you guys to close the gap there?
Well, we just played harder and we got stops. We stopped turning it over and we got stops at the other end. And I mean, the formula is not complicated, and you have to be able to combine efficient play on offense at the back end of defensive stops. And that's what we did at the start of the second half. But we have to be able to sustain that versus a good team for longer periods. And you're never going to play a full 40 that's perfect, but against good teams, you got to get in the upper 30s. And as well as we played to start the second half, then we burped and gave it right back to them. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Stanford's team because they deserve credit for making a lot of plays tonight.